Well, let's try this shit for like, I don't know, the 15th time.
Yeah. So just to fill people in, so Brian doesn't have like a scanner's moment where his brain just explodes. Um, we recorded four different shows now tonight. Um, Three of them haven't taken. One of them was only 30 seconds long because I fucked up and hit the keyboard and dropped the call. Um, the last one was getting really good and serious, and for some reason Brian got a pop-up from Skype and it shut down the call and destroyed the whole thing. So we've been trying to record for 2.5 hours now, and this is what you guys are going to get. This is going to be the really fast episode.
We are only doing this because we love you guys.
We're paying homage to our first 5 episodes that were never more than 20 minutes long. So
We're only doing this because we love you guys. I had a fucking rant about Windows, and I swear to God, if Ryan didn't have to get up in like 5 hours and go to work, I would have another goddamn rant about fucking Windows.
yeah, and we had probably the best listener questions ever that we have ever had. Like
All right.
everybody put on the serious hat tonight and sent us the best questions we've ever had. So we definitely have to get to that. I
Yes.
here I'll give you guys the really quick rundown.
Hang
Star
on.
Wars trailer came out.
Hang on.
It
No,
was
no, no. We
awesome.
got to introduce the episode. Welcome, everybody, to
Oh
another
wait, yeah, we have to
episode.
start all over from the fucking beginning.
We are,
God.
no, no. We're going to do a 5 minute intro. God damn it, Ryan.
Okay.
Fuck you. We're going to do a 5 minute intro. Don't you?
Okay.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Geek Dad Report. The 73rd
Woo.
episode. Fucked up, bullshit, Windows fucking conspired against us episode of the Geek Dad Report. The one show dedicated, formally, and specially created into fucking telling Windows to go fuck themselves with their shitty products and their shitty updates and all the fucking things they do that are wrong and all the things they don't do. Fuck you. You're lucky you have Xbox, you sons of bitches. And bringing you all the nerd news you need to know from the week that was behind you and maybe even the one in front of you. I am always, fuck it. I'm Brian West. That's Ryan Tomlinson. And we're
Yeah.
here to fucking make you laugh and hopefully not
Yeah.
stop me from
And
punching my computer in the face.
and if you're looking for us on the internet, you can find a Geek Dad Report at Facebook, as a Geek Dad Report. Twitter is a Geek Dad Report. We are on podhell.com and we are on watchplayread.com. You can find Brian at BrianWest53 on Twitter, as he does a lot of hashtag Windows can eat my balls. And
All my
you can
balls,
find me
both
at
of them, in
Twitter
their mouth.
at Big Bruiser. We're also on iTunes. If you could subscribe and leave us a rating, preferably a good one, because you guys are our faithful 50 and we love you. And find us on YouTube and subscribe to the Watch. No, not the Watch Play Read, because fuck that. Subscribe to the Geek Dad Report channel.
Yeah,
Subscribe.
there may be even been a geekdadreport.com coming your way sooner than later.
Yes.
And that brings me to my next little topic that I'm going to make much shorter. I want you guys all to know that I gave you guys like a 10-minute like we love you thing and about like
Yes.
how awesome you guys all
I had
are.
tears like streaming down my face. Brian was just pouring out his heart, and
Yeah,
I just
Brian, it was like the end of
I
Titanic,
got
and Ryan was
emotional.
like, "Don't ever let go, Brian," and I was like, "I'll never let go. Move your fat ass off the plank, and we can share it together." But we didn't do that part. We
Yeah.
just didn't, and I froze to death. But I did want to say, if you haven't noticed, all you see is my face, and all you hear is a fucking robot that sounds like Ryan. The
Yes.
reason why is because goddamn Windows keeps fucking us over and over and over again, and we can't get this shit right. We are having technical difficulties. We can't get rid of robot Ryan's voice. We lost his video in the process of trying to fix it. So all you guys have is my face and his shitty voice. I mean, he has a nice voice, but coming over the internet, it sounds like shit.
Yes.
But I guarantee that we are going to get this fixed sooner than later. I'm getting my MacBook hopefully at the end of the month. Hopefully that will solve some of our issues. And we have a lot of things planned. We also talked a lot about how the show's gone downhill in the last few months because Ryan's been in Philadelphia. And we whined a lot about how we've had issues with the time zones and how hard it's been to get adjusted. So Cliff Notes version, just want you guys to know that we have a lot of things coming. Me and Ryan are trying to work out a schedule that works so that we can constantly bring quality content to the show and be much more prepared and quit winging it as much as we do. So
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of stuff coming that we're going to ask you guys for your input. We want to know what you guys love about the show, things we've done in the past and maybe we don't do anymore that you want us to bring back, new segments that you want to be part of the show going forward. We've always been a show about the people, about you guys, and we're going to give you guys a chance to be part of the show and let us know what you like and what you don't like and how we can make it better. So season 3 hopefully will be starting sooner than we expected, but God damn it, we are sick of all the problems we've had. We're going to get it fixed, and we are going to reboot this son of a bitch and make it one of the best goddamn podcasts / YouTube shows on the motherfucking internet, because that's what we're fucking dedicated to, and that's what we're all about. That's the shit that I'm saying is going to happen, and that's the shit that Ryan's fucking dedicated to, and I'm pointing at nobody because I'm pointing at myself because I just remembered that he's not on fucking screen. God damn it.
Literally sitting on your shoulder, Brian.
All right, Ryan's on my shoulder. On that fucking note, though, all we want to say is thank you for sticking with us. Stay with us. We have some really cool stuff in the future. I know we've said that a lot, but we really do. We're going to get this shit on track.
We're going to get through all these issues that we're having, and we don't give up. That's
there
the
is
thing.
a lot of infrastructure
been doing this for this
right
long
now
to just give up. So
there's a lot of world building that is going on behind the scenes that you guys are unaware of, and thank you for sticking with us through a fucking robo voice and some of our issues, but we promise this shit's going to get fucking awesome real goddamn soon. Just not tonight. Tonight, fuck you, Windows, you sons of bitches.
Yeah.
Boom.
Essentially,
Skype.
yes.
All right, moving on. First story of the night. Star Wars news, motherfuckers. There's a brand new poster. It looks goddamn amazing. Look at that shit.
Yeah.
Boom.
Beautiful.
It's
I
beautiful.
feel like I'm having deja vu, like I've talked about this before.
I fucking cried. I wept tears of happiness. It was amazing. If you haven't seen it, you're a fucking terrible nerd. Go to our fucking Facebook, Twitter, or any fucking internet site, and you can find it. And you can weep with us. And if you're really cool like me, you will turn it into your screensaver, booted the family, and say, hey, family, get the fuck out of here. I got Jane Erso and the fucking Rogue One people.
And then go watch the trailer. And
then I watched the trailer. And then I wept even more.
Yeah, and then put on a new pair of pants, because you need it.
Well, I didn't wear pants when I watched it.
Oh, well, that's probably a good idea.
I took all that into effect.
But
it was amazing.
What's your compressed nutshell version?
Compressed nutshell. I really liked it a lot. I thought they did a great job of kind of showing what the movie's going to be about, showing the tone. I know we talked on the last 20-minute recording that we just did about how I loved how epic the movie feels, how they have these huge landscape shots where they're showing everything. Star Wars Episode 7, I loved it a lot, but it was much more J.J. Abrams went out of his way to make sure they have close-up of people's faces and very much, a personal type story. This one feels much more like a grand, huge opera of about people going through this event than a personal story, and I really like the different tone, and I think it's going to be amazing.
And just look at the two shots that are my favorite shots. So the first one is the Death Star, where you get it's like you said, it's a widescreen shot, and there's just as much space, like deep, dark, empty space. It just makes the Death Star just seem like even more scarier. And then my other favorite was the AT-AT, that even though it looks like it's kind of far away, it looks like they built a goddamn AT-AT and just like made it walk through the thing. I mean, that's just how great everything is looking so far. So. Everything is looking good. I showed it to my 9-year-old. He is beside himself, ready to go see it in December. So
yeah, same here. I showed my 7-year-old daughter, and she was raving about how much she loved it. I mean, she kept gasping every time anything happened, and then all of a sudden Darth Vader showed up, and she's like, "Daddy!" She grabbed my arm. She's like, "Daddy, it's Darth Vader! It's Darth Vader!" Yeah. And then she's like, "I like Jane Erso a lot." She's like, "I mean, I like Rey too, but Jane." She's really cool.
It's going to be a lot of competing for little girls' attention, I think. So Disney's been hanging out at a park lately with that. So
it'll be interesting to see who they like. One's got a lightsaber, one's got a blaster. One is much more like good, and the other one's much more like, I'm a rebel. I'm gonna steal your wallet and shoot you in the face. But no, I'm very excited for Rogue One. One of my favorite scenes. There's two of my favorite scenes. Obviously, I like anything that Darth Vader's in. I am very excited. All I ask in the future is in this movie or any movie, I want to see Darth Vader riding a tie like he did in Rebels, which you have not seen yet.
That'd be great.
Yeah. Other than that, my two favorite scenes from this were, one, I like the scene where it showed the giant statue of the Jedi that had fallen in the sand. It kind of gives a scope of like the grandness of this, but I also like how this is including the Jedi and kind of showing I think we're going to get some of the history of the Jedi in this and the Force and everything. Even though there's no Jedi in this, it definitely they talk about the Force a lot, and I feel like this is going to be a very much a Star Wars movie on that aspect with the Force and Jedis.
I think we're gonna find out more about people that are more Force sensitive.
Yeah.
And that they or maybe people that have an amount of Force power, but they're untrained.
Well,
and unconditioned.
Yeah. I think you're right. I think it's going to show that just because the Jedi are gone does not mean the Force is gone, and I think it's going to play an important role in this movie. The other scene that I like, kind of to your point about how the Death Star looked very scary in the AT-ATs, I like the scene when they're down on a planet and it shows the Star Destroyer in the atmosphere. It's like a bottom up shot, and you see ties coming out of it. And it's just scary. It looks scary. Like there's like a Star Destroyer in the atmosphere dropping ties on this planet. Yeah, it looks. I'm excited.
That's awesome. So we're excited, and
yeah, we're very, very excited. Another thing we are both very excited about, at least I know I am. I think you're excited about it. Is Harry Potter.
Rowling's making more money?
Yeah, J.K. Rowling's being even richer than she already is. Now, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them is coming out, I believe, in November, so it's almost upon us. But J.K. Rowling's dropped some info on everybody that caused a lot of nerds to lose their minds. There's not only going to be 1, 2, or 3 Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. There's going to be 5 of these movies. Yes. The original trilogy is going to be a 5-ilogy?
Yes. Well, it's just basically they're just gonna make ass loads of money, and
a lot of the rumors are starting to fly now that one of the most recent posters for this has the Deathly Hallows in the poster, which anybody who's familiar with Harry Potter knows what those are. It's leading to a lot of speculation that these movies are actually going to show the war that happened before Voldemort, the war where Dumbledore became famous, where he defeated his partner in crime who turned to the dark side, I guess, in essence. Yeah. And they had the great wizarding wars of the 50s. So let the speculation fly. My guess is if they're going to do 5 movies, this is going to have to be part of this story. So I think we're gonna finally get I believe Dumbledore is actually in this movie. They have not released any details about it, but my guess is that Dumbledore will be introduced in this movie, and he will become a main character going forward in the last 2 unplanned movies that they have announced today. So,
anyway. And people are gonna throw their money at it.
Yep, and then when they're done, they can finally after 5 movies, that'll be 12 years. They'll finally convince Harry Potter to come back and make the Cursed Child.
Yeah. No, he's gone. He's not coming
Daniel
back.
Radcliffe, when they give him $100 million to come back and play Harry Potter for 2 movies, he'll do it.
Yeah, he probably.
I mean, I'll be honest here, Ryan. Let's see here. I gotta find my notes here. I'll be honest. Daniel Craig said he would never come back. We reported a few weeks ago that Sony was willing to give him $200 million to do Bond 2 more times. And then came out this week that Daniel Craig saying, maybe I spoke a little early about not wanting to play Bond again. I actually think I'd enjoy it. Yes, because $200 million will make you want to play anything.
Yeah. I'll fucking do anything for $200 million. I mean...
Oh, really?
Yeah, really. If I can not have to pay off, I can buy a house and
We're going to have to have a talk after the show. I mean, I don't have $200 million, but I could write you a check.
Okay. We'll talk.
Yeah, anyway, speaking of English people who keep continually making projects, Guy Ritchie apparently has been, actually, we're going to play a little word association game. When I say Guy Ritchie, what do you think, Ryan? What's the first thing that comes to your mind when I talk about the director of Snatch and Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels?
Madonna?
No, that's a good comparison. I believe he dated Madonna, but what else?
Aladdin? Maybe?
You wouldn't think Aladdin, but you are ding, 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 ding. You are a grand prize winner. I feel like I gave you the notes early. Yes, Disney has tapped English director Guy Ritchie, known for movies such as Snatch and Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, and the new Sherlock Holmes movies, to be the director of Aladdin.
So, we'll see how that goes.
I'm a big fan of Guy Ritchie, but that sounds ridiculous.
Yeah, but the second Aladdin movie without Robin Williams being Genie fucking sucked. And then he came back, and it was good again. So
yeah, well, you know what could suck or might not be good is The Great Wall starring Matt Damon.
Yeah.
Have you watched the new trailer?
New trailer that released.
It looks cool.
It looks It looks like it'll just be like a fun popcorn movie.
Oh, it
I
doesn't
have
look good. It looks
no.
cool.
I'm not gonna take it seriously at
Oh
all.
no, it looks terrible, but it looks really entertaining.
Yeah, it looks like it's a Chinese movie with a white dude in it.
I will say that everybody who's screaming whitewashing, guys, relax. This movie clearly is not about a white hero. He is a part of an ensemble cast. He is
Yeah,
not a white Chinese emperor trying to
yeah. No,
save Mongolia.
it's a movie that's with a Chinese director, a Chinese cast,
Yes.
Chinese crew, and in order to just be able to sell it to Western audiences, they needed to have someone with the star power, and
And
that happens to be
came
Matt Damon.
they
There's
teamed
no
up I think with
whitewashing in that.
Legendary
That is all
Pictures.
marketing, and
Yeah.
that is all being smart about where you're spending your money.
And anybody who's not familiar with history, China, Mongol, all those places had a lot of white Westerners that came over there to trade. So it is not impossible that a white warrior would somehow find his way over to China. Um,
Yeah. Go watch Marco Polo on Netflix.
yes, watch Marco Polo. That being said, I think it's going to be a fun movie. I'm going to watch it because one, I like Matt Damon, and two, I like batshit crazy movies, and I think this one looks like
Yeah.
it's batshit crazy.
You
Another
know what
movie
else
looks
is batshit crazy is John Wick 3.
John Wick,
Or
but
2.
batshit crazy in an awesome way.
Because it's fucking in Rome now.
What'd you think of the second trailer? They just dropped this weekend at
I
New York Comic Con.
I thought it was really good. I mean, I didn't even see the first one until it came out on Netflix or something like that.
Dude, it was
And
so good.
I was pissed off at myself that I had taken
I
so long
tried
to
to
see
tell
it.
you. Clearly, you didn't read my review that I wrote.
Oh, I did. I just,
You
you
didn't
know,
believe me, you dick. I give it
I
like a
betrayed
9
you.
out of 10. I love John Wick. John
Yeah.
Wick 2 looks, if you like John Wick, it looks more of the same. If you didn't like John Wick, I don't think John Wick 2 is going to entice you to go see it.
Yes.
But it looks really cool. Check out the trailers. A lot more of the kind of gun fu is what they call it, where it's like kung fu with both guns. And it looks
Yeah,
awesome.
and they've already got a third one.
Well, hang
And,
on, real quick. The last thing I want to say about the second one, the other reason why you should go see it is because it also has Lawrence Fishburne. And when's the last time
yeah,
Keanu Reeves and Lawrence Fishburne played a movie together?
it was involved a lot of glasses that had no
Yeah,
arms
it had
on
The
them.
Matrix in it.
Yes.
Spoiler.
And
Hint.
people learning kung fu.
He died at the end. It was a stupid ending. Just don't watch the third one. Watch the first two and you'll be fine.
Yes.
Anyway, yeah,
We
they're
got some
already
Justice,
the director.
or not Justice League, but
Hang
Wonder
on,
Woman.
you teased it. I didn't finish it. I cut you off. The director of
Alright.
John Wick has said that a third one's already in production, or in development.
Yes.
Whatever.
Sorry, I'm just trying to move it along really
All right,
quickly.
moving along. Ryan, why are you stalling? Moving along. Did you say Amber Heard?
We have Amber Heard.
Yeah, she's known for two things. She
Looking
married
fucking
Johnny Depp,
badass.
and she married Aquaman too.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah.
He's a very lucky man.
Yes, Amber Heard. I'm not going to say whether or not she's crazy or not. I've heard rumors, allegedly.
I
But
haven't
I am going to
listened
say
to
that
that.
she is a very fine, beautiful queen of Atlantis. If you know what we're talking about, you are clearly not paying attention to our Facebook and Twitter accounts because DC released the first image of Amber Heard as Mera, the queen of
Yeah.
Atlantis from the
And she's
upcoming Justice League.
coming out of the water.
Yeah, she's got an awesome costume. She looks really good.
Yeah. It looks nice. I like it.
Yeah, she looks like Mera. So, I don't know. Check it out. Let us know what you think. I think it's pretty cool. Nothing else to say about that. Something else I thought looked pretty cool was the new Power Rangers trailer.
Yes, if you kind of gives you a little idea, like testing out their powers, and you get like a tiny glimpse of like the suit, but I guess they kind of give you like the backstory how they come together or something. Seems a little Breakfast Clubby,
And
but
Chronicle Lee.
yeah,
Which is funny considering the guy who wrote Chronicle also wrote Power Rangers.
yeah. I mean, it's my 9-year-old is like hardcore into Power Rangers, and he's watched because they're all on Netflix. I think he's watched like every fucking one, but I haven't let him watch the trailer yet. I don't know why. I've been kind of holding out on him. I
He's
just keep
good.
forgetting.
Well, okay, I was a fan of Power Rangers when I was a kid. I think they came out when I was in junior high. I only watched it up into the first Power Rangers movie. So I like the original cast with Tommy and Billy and Kim and Trina and all them. Once they moved on to different characters, I quit watching. But I'm really excited for this. I think it looks really good. I think it looks about as good as you can expect for a Power Rangers movie, honestly.
I want to see Bryan Cranston as Zordon.
Yes, I'm very excited, and it's got what's his name? Do you ever see that movie Trainwreck with Amy Schumer?
I haven't seen it yet.
Head. I can't remember his name. Bill Hader. Bill Hader is playing Alpha 5.
Oh, really?
Or Bill Heater. Bill Heater?
Bill Heater.
Yeah, he's playing Alpha 5.
Oh.
I'm really excited. This movie's got
that
some
was
good...
a little robot thing, right?
Yeah, he's a little robot. He's the kind of idiot robot. Zordon. But I think it looks cool. I think it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. My daughter's really excited. They also released the first posters. They have a post, well, not the first posters, but the first posters that show all the Power Rangers in their costumes. There's 5 character posters for each one of them. We posted on our Facebook page. I thought they looked pretty cool. Very much look like a mix between I don't know, Iron Man and like the Guyver.
Yeah, I did get that feel.
So I think it looks cool. I think the movie's going to be a lot of fun. Is it going to be good? Who knows? But I think it'll be at least entertaining.
Yeah, your kids will see it.
Let's see here. What else? You know what was super entertaining, Ryan? Was the Iron Fist trailer that Netflix released.
Yes, that was pretty awesome.
Danny Rand! Yep, he's got the glowing fist, and he knocks out this refrigerator wall. The whole wall just explodes.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome.
And just so people know, they're not whitewashing an Asian character by playing the Iron Fist. He's always been white.
Yep.
Just so people know. Before you put on your social justice warrior hats.
And rampage and burn down something. Yeah.
Yes.
Danny Rand has always been a white guy. And if you want to know more about Iron Fist, we will do a little, tell you what, we dedicate ourselves the week before it comes out. We will give you guys a full rundown of Danny Rand, Iron Fist. Because I have Marvel Unlimited, so I can read all the backstory comics.
We will do the research.
We will do the research. Something else is pretty cool about, speaking of a Netflix series. So Jeff Loeb, the director of all the Marvel television shows, at New York Comic Con, somebody asked him if they were ever going to, they were talking about Ghost Rider on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and whether or not he was ever going to, interact with the Netflix shows, and he did say that there may be something in the works to be on the lookout. So he gave a very heavy teaser towards something that could be happening. I think that if there was nothing, he'd been better off just saying right now we currently have nothing in the works. But the way that he had said it, there's something in the works. Finally, thank God.
And you all know
this needs to happen.
It's going to be Ghost Rider and Punisher.
Well, you cannot say that you have a shared universe and not share your universe. You can't say it's all connected and then not have it connected. There's too much going on now in the Netflix series. There's too much going on in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
If you want to see
goddamn Ghost Rider, you have to. There's a bigger world here that you have to acknowledge.
If you want to see how to do a crossover, look at the CW.
Oh,
what they do with their shows.
So good.
It's a yearly event, and everybody looks forward to it probably more than anything else from all the shows.
Yep.
So.
Exactly. And the last little bit of news we got actually is Netflix Marvel news. The Defenders, which is all these characters from the Netflix series teaming up into their own Avengers style superhero beatdown, has found their main villain. It will be Sigourney Weaver. We do not know who she is playing. So if any of you guys would like to speculate, I would love to hear who you guys think that Sigourney Weaver is playing in the Defenders. But that is a big get for them. That's a big actress that I am very excited to see.
Oh, you can't beat fucking Ripley. I mean,
well, you can. Just gotta knock her out and put an alien in her chest when she's sleeping.
Well, I guess that's one way of doing it.
Yeah, or just
But she's got the queen now, so.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, I'm excited for it. Sigourney Weaver's a great actress, and she should bring a lot of awesomeness to the Defenders. All I'm asking is, can we not get like a gangster as the bad guy? I mean, we got Kingpin, we got Cottonmouth. I finally started watching Luke Cage. I'm only a few episodes in, but goddamn, that show's amazing already. Cottonmouth's a great villain, but can we get a villain that's not just like, I'm a gangster in New York? I feel like I'm watching Gangs of New York all the time.
Well, we are, essentially.
Where's Leo?
Anyway,
where's Bill the Butcher? That dude would be badass. That's how you run a gang. With a glass eye.
Yes.
Nobody fucks with a guy with a glass eye that's like a little cross. I wouldn't fuck with a guy with a glass eye and a cross. Fuck that. All right,
Neither would
moving
I.
on.
I think we got a question from the Faithful
You
50.
want to jump into that? You don't want to talk about how awesome the Seahawks are and how stupid the Packers and Steelers are?
We can save that for next week.
Yeah, we can. You're right. All right. I already ranted about Microsoft, so from the Faithful 50 it is. So
Yeah.
first from the Faithful 50, I'd like to acknowledge a question that Faithful 50 member Jeff, he actually left us two questions. He posted a post on our Facebook page. We did not answer it, and I'd like to explain why we didn't answer that so you didn't think we were ignoring you. He wanted to know about what we felt about the new Superman on Supergirl and how well he's doing and what we thought about his character and kind of the whole story and stuff like that. The reason why we have not responded yet is because I have not actually watched it. I don't believe Ryan has watched it either. So,
I'm trying to get caught up on all of them. So,
hold yourself, Jeff. I know that you know that I am a giant Superman fan. You were probably wondering, how the hell have I not watched it yet? So, let me explain. My daughter is a huge Supergirl fan, and we had the entire season recorded. She will not allow me to watch them without her, and since they come on after she goes to bed, I have to DVR them and then watch them later. Well, we had them all recorded, and then we switched cable providers, and I lost them all, so I had to wait till CW started re-airing them. I'm currently 3 episodes behind before the season finale, so we could not watch them until we got caught up. So I am planning on getting completely caught up over the weekend and watching it before next episode. So we are not ignoring your question. We just cannot give you a good answer. I could bullshit my way through it and say, oh, yeah, I did a great job. It looks great. Great story. Did a good job. But I want to give you an honest answer. So that is why I cannot answer that question tonight. But we will answer on the next show. I will watch the new Supergirl. Ryan will commit to
I'm
it.
gonna
And
get
he'll
all
probably
caught
not
up
do
this
it.
weekend. I'm getting all caught up this
You
weekend.
need to watch Westworld too, you son of a bitch. That show is amazing. Remember last week when you asked me, like, hey, do you think it has a chance to be like the next Game of Thrones? And I was like, I changed my answer. Yes, it does have the chance to be the next Game of Thrones.
I have this much. I have barely any time.
It
to
is
do
so good.
anything.
Episode 2, so good. I'm hooked on Westworld. Fantastic show. All right, moving on. All right, so questions. We had a lot of really good questions that unfortunately I did not have the time to really think a lot about. So hopefully we can answer them in a way that makes everyone happy, or at least laugh.
Yeah.
All right, where are we at? Let's see here.
We have Brian
All
from
right.
Washington. He wants to know who is your favorite actor or actress, and what role turned them into your favorite.
Man, that's a tough one. Do you have one yet, or do you want me to start?
I'd have to say probably my favorite person is Paul Rudd,
Really? That's
and
surprising.
I don't know. I'm trying to think. Like, there's so many different like roles that I like people for. Like for comedy, like I like Paul Rudd because I think he's hilarious and the way that he delivers stuff is funny.
Yeah, no, he's great.
Um, you know, I respect Daniel Radcliffe and Jake Gyllenhaal. I mean, it's hard to pinpoint who's my favorite actor. I mean, I like certain actors in certain movies, like genre stuff. So
Yeah, there's I think there's very few actors or actresses right now that I will just watch it because they're in it.
Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah, The Rock. I love The Rock. I grew up in the '80s, so Tom Cruise still is one of my favorite actors.
Yeah, I pretty
Honestly,
much.
Top Gun. As a kid, as a young 9-year-old boy watching Top Gun, I mean, come on, it's Top Gun.
Yeah, everyone did.
So I've always been partial. I've really liked Tom Cruise growing up. I watch almost anything he's in. Arnold Schwarzenegger, same thing. I haven't watched as much of his new stuff, but in the '80s and '90s and even early 2000s, if he was in it, I was watching it. I have to say Chris Pratt's kind of fallen into that role. Anything Chris Pratt's
Yeah,
in, I have to watch.
that's true. I think I've seen everything Chris Pratt's been in lately. Oh no, I haven't seen The Magnificent Seven.
Yeah, I haven't watched that yet either. That has nothing to do with whether I want to or not. It's because
Time.
time. It's hard to get out with kids now to go see a movie. It's weird. You know what's funny is growing up, my favorite actors were, like I said, Tom Cruise, Arnold Schwarzenegger. I had to watch movies they were in. Now, as I've gotten older, it's much more genre. Like, I'm less about the actors and more about the project. So,
Hmm.
anything superhero, I go see. I just go see it. So, I
Yeah.
really like Ben Affleck, but he's not why I went and saw Batman v Superman. I went and saw Batman v Superman because I love Superman.
Yeah, I think it's like a lot of movies now are becoming more like it's more the series or the overarching story that's
Yeah.
kind of getting me into it, and
Yeah,
then
no,
the
definitely.
actual person playing the characters.
Yeah. I mean, there's no. I don't have a favorite actor. If I had to honestly pick my favorite actor, it'd probably still be Tom Cruise, man. I love Tom Cruise. He makes good movies. I'm
Yeah.
really excited for Jack Reacher.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Tom Cruise kind of had a bad run for a little while, but
Yeah,
I
he
think
did.
like his last 3 or 4 movies have actually been
Dude,
pretty damn
Edge of
good.
Tomorrow was so good.
Yeah, Edge of Tomorrow was great. Jack Reacher's
Mission
great.
Impossible movies are
The,
great.
oh god, they're still so
So,
good.
I mean, honestly, this day, I don't really have anybody who I just have to go see. Chris Pratt, I'd probably say. If you had to pick somebody new, I'd say Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt, The Rock, Tom Cruise. I'm definitely like 80s action kid, so any of those guys,
Yeah,
I'll go watch their
Jean-Claude Van
movies.
Johnson.
As far as he didn't ask for it, but a follow up. Do you have a favorite actress? Maybe.
Um,
I love Emily Blunt. Love Emily Blunt.
Emily Blunt.
Yeah.
Let's see. You know, I've ever since I saw Reese Witherspoon when I was a kid, her and Natalie Portman are probably like the two actresses that I've always enjoyed their movies.
Yeah. I'm becoming a big fan of Gail Gadot. I really like her a lot.
Oh, yes.
And Charlize Theron. I love Charlize Theron. She's such a good
Yeah.
actress.
Yeah, she's pretty good too. She was awesome too, so.
Yeah, definitely. All right, well, there you go. Thank you, Brian, for a question. That was a
Yeah.
great question. I'm sure there's probably an actor that's going to come to me later that I'm like, oh, why didn't I say that? But the best answers are the ones you don't prepare for, right? Or at least the most honest ones.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
next up, Jeff. Like I said, Jeff has a lot of questions here.
Yeah.
He wanted about football, but we will tell you what. We'll have me and Ryan will have a football segment next week. We'll talk a
Yeah.
little bit about football.
I have to do some research because I'm currently not living in Washington, so I don't know much about that program that he asked about. So
Oh,
I definitely
Archbishop.
want to do research on it now that I kind of look at a couple of headlines and I'm really curious. So
Yes, I know very much about this. So we will have Jeff to answer your question. We will definitely answer this question next week. Ryan, this is not something that you or he's going to give you a very good answer without knowing exactly what's going on. But we will talk about this next week. So we will answer 2 of your questions next week, Jeff. So if you want to
yeah,
ask a third, we'll answer your third next week. But in the interest of that, it's already almost 12:30 on Ryan's time. We will hurry this along. So we'll save that for next week. But we will answer your first one. Questions for. I think you meant Brian. You put Brain. Since I know you're a huge DC fan like me, does the idea of the DCU releasing their movies on Ultimate Edition Blu-rays turn me off from seeing them in the theater? He only asked because he decided not to watch Suicide Squad because he knew there was going to be an Ultimate Edition coming out, but he is still very excited for the Batman. That brings a very interesting question. Honestly, is that should you see
if they're going to start doing it, what's the point?
I will say this. I would have rather not seen the theatrical version of Batman v Superman. The Ultimate Cut is so much better, and it diminishes what you saw in the theater. It puts such a negative taste in your mouth with some of the terrible plot points. And I didn't even realize how much I hated it until I watched the home edition, the Ultimate Blu-ray cut. I will say this. I do not think this is DC's model going forward. I think they've had a lot of issues with how they're going to cut their movies and a lot of indecisiveness. So I think the result is we are getting multiple cuts. But that being said, no, I'm with you. If they're going to release the better versions on video, I'll just wait till video because I don't want to see a lesser movie and have to wait for it when it comes out. I'll buy it when it comes out, but show me I like what Marvel does. I love the fact, good or bad, that Marvel never releases a director cut of their movies. They say, this is our cut, and this is the way it's going to be. So I think going forward, that's going to be DC's model. I do not think the extended cut is going to be every single time. At least I really hope not. But I can't blame you if you don't go. There are so many movies coming out that we have to pick and choose and spend our money wisely. So if you think you're not going to get the finished product in the theater, why go see it?
Yeah, I definitely think it's sad. I mean, Justice League, I'm going to see in the theater.
Yeah,
I don't want to wait for that
I won't
one.
stop seeing them in the theater. And Suicide Squad was a fun movie, even though we're getting a bigger director's cut or bonus extended cut. I'm glad I saw it in the theaters. It was a fun movie, but I don't know. I understand why you would do it. Me personally, I like seeing comic movies in the theater. I think they're meant to be seen in the theater. So, they're so big and grand that I just think they're better in the theater. But I could completely understand if you don't go.
Yeah.
But I do think this is the last of the director's cut. I do not think Wonder Woman will have a director's cut. I do not think Justice League will have a director's cut. I think that
Yeah.
Warner Brothers has kind of learned their lesson, which is why they fired a lot of people, restructured internally, and put a few people in charge versus a lot of
Yeah,
people.
I think having Jeff Jube or
Jeff
what's
Johns.
his, Jeff Johns up at the kind of more of an oversight person is probably going to cut down a lot more of those extra cuts that are making sense. So
But we'll
I think
see.
we should,
Wonder Woman is up next March, and which
mhm,
means probably by May we'll have, or not May, March, everyone, right by June we'll have the DVD. So we'll know
mhm,
before Justice League comes out.
yes.
All right. Thank you very much, Jeff. And like I said, next week we promise we'll answer your other two questions. Chris from Washington, good Chris from Washington, wants to know, now that they made a movie about the Boston Marathon bombing with Marky Mark, do we think it's a time for a movie about the upper floors of the World Trade Centers?
Man, I don't know
I don't think
about
so
that.
because there's
I
no
don't
way.
think that's ever going to be something that people would want to watch.
Yeah. It's a movie that has
And
no happy ending. I mean, not that you need a movie with
no.
happy ending, but the movie would be so incredibly soul-crushing, depressing.
Well, I think it's because, I mean, the Boston Marathon was a pretty bad thing, but 9/11 was something else on itself.
Well, Boston
And,
Marathon, you had some conclusion. You were able to find the bad guys and capture them and take them and get
yeah,
them. And in the World Trade Center, everybody died. There is no happy
hmm,
ending.
yeah,
And
it,
not that every story needs a happy ending, but like I said, it would be 30 minutes of build up, get to know people, and then an hour of the most horroring thing you've ever seen on TV.
yeah, and I can't see that, honestly. I couldn't watch it.
If you want to
I,
watch torture porn, just watch Passion of the Christ. I mean,
yeah,
there's a reason why I've never watched that movie because I'm not into horrible things. To your point,
yeah,
I just don't know if that theatrically, I just don't think it makes sense as a movie. Um,
I don't think it'll be tried, honestly.
I understand the correlation. I still have yet to this day seen the what is it United '93 or I think there's one with Nicolas Cage where he was like a first responder trapped in the building too. So
Oh, yeah.
I have yet to watch those. Those are
There's a
still
really good documentary about the whole when 9/11 was happening. I can't remember the name of it, but it was really good. And that was about like I could feel my heart like hurting like
yeah.
watching it. Like just watching all this stuff again, but seeing it from a viewpoint of someone that was on the ground when it was happening. I mean, it hurt. Like
Yeah.
I like
Well,
barely made it to the movie. So
it's I still
way to bring
remember
me
it, man.
down, Chris.
I mean, the Boston Marathon, as much as that was a tragedy, especially for the
Yes.
people in Boston, it wasn't a nationwide tragedy the way 9/11 was. I
Hmm.
mean, everybody remembers what they were doing on 9/11.
Well, it was because it was so shocking. I mean, nobody saw it
Yeah, it
coming.
was insane. So, I don't know. I would say right now, probably no. I don't know if there's ever a time for that movie,
Yeah.
but
Maybe
we're
10, 20 years.
yeah, we'll definitely. We'll probably get. I mean, we get a lot of World War II movies now. Pearl Harbor.
Yeah,
So I'm
true.
sure. I'm sure the next generation's. Who made Pearl Harbor? What's his name? Fuck. Transformers
Yeah,
guy. Tired.
yeah.
Whatever. We'll get a slow motion action adventure of the World Trade Center. That's probably not even remotely accurate in 30 years. All right.
Hmm.
Thanks for your question, Chris. Evil Chris from Utah wants to know: do we include our kids on current events and news? He likes to distill a bit of the harshness, but he thinks it's important to let the kiddos know what's going on in the world. I can't speak for Ryan, but I know I agree with you, Chris. I do not shelter my kids from what's going on. I mean, I definitely don't give them the entire business, but they're not stupid. They
Yeah,
see, my daughter sees my oldest, especially my youngest could care less, but my oldest, she's 7. She understands that Donald Trump, it says a lot of bad things about women. She's talked to us. We allow her to be open and expressive. She can tell us how she feels about things, and she wants to know like why do we want a guy who calls women piggies to be president? And I'm like,
yeah,
it's a good question.
yeah. We definitely we try to filter as much as we can, but we don't withhold it from them. You know, like my wife likes to watch Good Morning America. You know, in the morning when the kids are getting, it's just the TV's on while everyone's getting ready for school, and that's just what's on. And sometimes they'll see and hear stuff, and we talk to them about it. And you definitely don't want to shelter your kids from everything, but I mean, you can definitely filter it at least, through a lens. 'Cause they need to know what's going on. I mean, yes, they're kids, but you're trying to train them to become adults. I mean, that your sole job as a parent is to make good adults, and if you can't make them well adjusted, then they gotta know
I
how
also
to
think
do
that
it.
it's a good learning. There's a good learning points there too. I mean, there's a lot of there's a lot of racial issues going on right now, and there's a lot of social things going on right now, and I think it's good to be able to talk to them about it. Just not give them an agenda, but just let them know. Say, hey, like, listen, there's a lot of bad things that happened in the past, and people were trying to make things better, and explain what's going on, and let them know. I mean, they're not stupid. I mean, if you lie to them and tell them there's nothing going on, they're just gonna know that you're not being honest. So, you know, and like I said, with my daughter talking about some of the things about Trump, and other things, she can draw her own conclusions. She's not stupid.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm with you, Chris. You definitely shouldn't shelter them. You definitely can't give them the entire honesty. They're not ready for some of the unbelievable harshness of this world, but
Yeah.
but they should definitely not be sheltered either. So thank you very much for your question, Chris. That was a good one. We had a lot of good questions tonight.
Yes. I think we have one more.
Yeah, and then Phil, ever faithful Phil, he wants to know what, in our opinion, is the absolute worst remake of a film, and what is the best one. He's not talking about some remake of a shitty movie nobody's ever heard of. He means like a popular one. So he wants to know, like, what is a movie that people would know about that is the worst remake and the best remake.
Does the new Terminator trilogies count as remake?
I don't know. Those are like reboots. So like, I'm gonna say like the best remake of all time is Force Awakens, because they remade A New Hope.
Yeah, that's true.
That's kind of a reboot. That's kind of a cop-out answer. I would say the worst I've ever seen has got to be Psycho, right? That was a terrible remake.
That was a really shitty one.
Not only was it a remake, it was an exact copy of the original, like line for line, but done in a really bad way.
I'm trying to think of something that's not like a reboot or like a sequel, but like an actual, like they took a movie that's already been made.
I liked Gone in 60 Seconds. I thought that was a good movie. I like that remake. I'm not going to say it's the best one ever. I'm sure there's ones that are infinitely better. I'm trying to think of.
Didn't they remake like a zombie movie or something? Like Dawn of the Dead or whatever.
Yeah, Dawn of the Dead. That was, I don't know if that was a continuation of a remake. That was the Zack Snyder movie. That was a really good one. Honestly, Phil, this is one of those ones that I would have liked to prepare more for, but I didn't have a chance to.
It's hard because there's so many reboots.
No, I can't think of like what's been a good one and what hasn't been a good one. I feel like some of the best remakes, reboots are ones you haven't heard of before, and then all of a sudden you know, like it's an old movie.
Ghostbusters was pretty good. I still hadn't got a chance to see it.
Ghostbusters. But best remake ever. So worst, I'm gonna say Psycho. That was probably the worst remake ever.
I'm sure there's like some art nerd, like film nerds that can probably say
Yeah, God, let me think here. Let me rack my brain.
There's like the Seven Samurai. I mean, essentially.
Well, I mean, the Magnificent Seven's a remake of the Seventh Samurai. I like Tombstone. Is that a reboot of like an old Wyatt Earp movie? I don't know. Yeah. I can't really tell you.
It's the story that they keep remaking.
Yeah, I mean, Gran Torino's kind of a remake of The Good, the Bad, the Ugly.
Yes, sure.
I don't know. You know what? I'm going to say best remake ever. You know what? I'm just in the interest of time so we can get out of here. I'm going to say best remake ever is Gone in 60 Seconds with Nicolas Cage. Whatever. I don't think it's the best, but I'm going to throw that out there. And worst remake ever is Psycho.
Yes, I'll agree. Just because.
Right, there we go. If you guys can think of something that we clearly missed since it's late and we're tired, and we didn't think about this. It was a great question. This does not reflect your ability to ask a question, Phil. This reflects just us in general.
Yeah.
But anyway,
love you,
but let us know if we missed our show. If we missed a movie, let us know. We'll probably slap our head later and go, damn it.
Exactly.
And that's about it. That's all the time we got. I would like to give a little special. We had one of our listeners reach out, seemed like he's kind of having a hard time. Eric, I'm not going to read your question. He gave us a question that I'm not going to read on air, but if you're listening, buddy, just know, yeah, we got you. We're thinking about you. Hopefully everything's all right. We reached out to you on Facebook and had a little chat with you, so hopefully everything's good. But we just wanted to let you know that we are thinking about you, and hopefully everything's all right. So thanks for reaching out to us. Hopefully everything's good. And
we'll figure something out. And we'll work with you.
Yeah, but just remember, buddy, there's always tomorrow. Things are always better. Things are always, what's the old Batman saying? It's always darkest before dawn.
Yes.
So hopefully
everything does get better.
Hopefully, all right,
hey,
man.
I'm going deaf and blind.
Yeah, he's going deaf and blind.
I have to be positive. So
I'm slowly losing my hair. It's probably not as bad as deaf and blind, but you know. But we all go through things, man, and we got you. Sometimes things seem really bad, and they're not always as bad as they seem. So, like I said, we just want to let you know that we are thinking about you, and hopefully everything's all right with you, man. Let us know.
All right.
Anyway, on that note, do you have any quick recommendations before we sign off and get out of here?
I'm going to give you the floor.
All right, so I'm going to recommend Gears of War 4. Just came out for Xbox One. I will be picking it up actually as soon as the show's over. I'm going to download it because guess what? I have a fucking Xbox, which is, you know what? You guessed it, fucking Windows. It'll take 3.5 days to download. But anyway, Gears of War 4, I've got some friends. I haven't played it yet. I've had some friends who played it this week. They say it's amazing. It's really, really good. So I've heard nothing but great things about it. If you're in the mood for a fun shooter, Gears of War 4, it's out this week on Xbox One. All right. Is that all we got? All right, fuck it. That's all we got. Hopefully the show recorded, or else you guys ain't getting another one.
Yeah. Yes.
All right, on that note, thanks everybody for joining us through all the fucked up Microsoft Skype ass-pounding difficulties.
Yes.
And next week we'll try and be better.
Yes.
All right, until then, I'm Brian, that's Ryan, and thanks for
Goodbye,
joining
people.
Geek Dad Report. Let everybody stay awesome.